And at any moment, you can even feel it. You can even feel it in the atmosphere. At any moment, you can begin to intuit just what's right underneath the whole spectrum of thinking, believing, resisting, even if it's very light, and then right underneath it, it's totally quiet. There's nothing to assert, nothing to deny, nothing to grasp hold of. There's not even a self to grasp hold of it. There's just underneath all that something else. We dismiss that because it's not something you can grab and easily describe and look at, you know. But lots of things are like that. That doesn't make it mysterious. You know, you can't grab hold of and get a good look at air either. The air you breathe. That doesn't mean there's no air in the room. That doesn't mean it's not sustaining your body every instant. You can't grab hold of the experience of love. You can't look at it or weigh it or hold on to it. It's really quite impossible to describe, is it not? Imagine an alien came from another planet and they never had the foggiest notion of what love is. Any kind of love, whether it's high school hormone love, whether it's, you know, Dr. Martin Luther King agape love, whether it's we're all one, enlightened love, and they had no idea of any kind of love. They plop down, they go, hello, I've heard this, we've been listening in to you guys for a long time now. And you know, there's this talk of love amongst all the hate, cruelty, and violence, but there's this persistent talk of love. A lot of your advertising sort of seems to utilize it in various ways. What is it? What would you say to them? Could you ever convey it? You could talk to them for a month if they'd never experienced it. Could you ever? They wouldn't have the foggiest idea what you're talking about. So there's lots of parts of one's actual experience that you can't grab hold of, you can't sort of make it other, you can't actually describe it, and yet it's very, very much present, and it's very, very real. All spiritual practices that are worth doing are the practices that either helps us to see through whatever we're believing in the moment, or they help us to simply let go of our resistance to what's happening. The rest just keep us involved in the same cycle. But the freedom is timeless, right? Timeless. That's why when you're sensitive, you can get a taste of it. You may not get some full-blown, you might. At any moment you might. Of course, at some point everybody will, but you can get a taste of it at any moment. Because it's not of time, it's not something you produce. It's not something you believe in. It's not something you bring into being. It's something you recognize. And when you recognize it, you realize, okay, I can now spend the rest of my life denying it, or I can start to look at, wow, my whole life is a denial of the very thing I'm seeking. My pursuit of it is a denial of it.